hope you've got your coffee. We are going to do something today that we have not done in quite a while, and that is that we are going to do a surprise archetype. So remember with this one, I have got to go with just what I already know about that archetype. And if it's something that we have an archetype that we've already done a full video on, then I will be instead talking about how that archetype is applicable with the current energies right now. And this is our card today, and the card is Angel. Okay, this is the Angel archetype. So, never sure how well it's going to show up when I hold it up. Well, Angel is my last name, so I should know something about this archetype. Actually, I don't have this one, and I wish I did. So, the Angel. The Angel archetype in the light, doesn't it sound like a very positive and uplifting type of archetype? The Angel in the light, whenever I think about this one, whenever I feel into this one, it is the person who is very service-oriented. This is the person who will bring you dinner when you're sick. This is the person who will come, do those acts of service, really show up for you in a very sweet and angelic way. This is the person I always think of like a Libra archetype. I often think of the astrological signs when it comes to certain archetypes. Actually, I could put every single archetype into what would be my opinion of astrological energy. Remember, these are always archetypes according to Dawni. Okay, so hold on. I have to take a sip of my coffee. It's definitely one of those mornings. Okay, so this is the person who is, their personality is very sweet, very loving, usually quite agreeable. They often have like a nurturing quality to them. This one goes along with some of the other archetypes quite often, like the Angel archetype can go along with the Mother archetype, the Samaritan archetype. Any archetype can go along with any other. Well, mostly. But there are certain ones I see show up together in someone's arcana quite a bit. And I would say for the Angel, either the Samaritan or the Mother, right? So on the Healer, goes along with the Healer often also. So it's funny because I say this is an archetype I wish I had. When, let's say, a friend is sick, my first instinct is to maybe buy them dinner and have it sent there. The Angel usually will have a personal touch to it. They're the ones that are going to make the dinner. They're going to be, just that loving, sweet energy. Okay, so you're probably wondering, well, what is the shadow of the Angel archetype? And I see two shadows here. So I actually know quite a few people with this archetype. I have a lot of very loving, generous, giving people in my life. And the shadow to this one that I see is two things. Number one is that sometimes the Angel archetype will act very sweet and innocent and angelic to get out of things, to get out of accountability, to get out of responsibility. It's kind of like when something goes wrong, and especially in a relationship or a friendship for them, they're like, I don't know what happened, but it wasn't me. So there's an abdication of accountability in the shadow. The other thing I see with the shadow of the Angel is that they want to be appreciated and seen. And this one can get kind of tricky because often what happens is there's a piece of them that is truly coming from the purest intention, just from the love in their heart of wanting to serve. But there can be a piece of them that also expects appreciation in a certain way. So this can lead to having some martyr there. Now, we've talked before about how some of the archetypes are universal archetypes, right? Like martyr, like victim, addict, prostitute, right? Some of those. What's interesting to me is that I see with those universal archetypes, the shadow of a lot of the other archetypes can step into the shadow of one of the universal archetypes. It's like those that are the universal archetypes, there's just a piece of those in every single one of us. Okay? So think about that for a second. I want you to be really kind of picturing the people that you know who have this, and if it's you. So here's what I would suggest. If somebody in your life has this, really it's as simple as just making sure that you do really appreciate them, that you don't take them for granted, that their kind acts of service get really recognized, and that they are honored for those. Okay? So that's the thing I would say. If it's you that has this angel archetype, I would get a little bit bolder in asking for what you need. Is there something that you need in return? You know, is there something that makes things a little more reciprocal for you? Because one of the tendencies with this archetype is that they will overgive. Okay? So if it's you that has this, please watch for that. Please honor yourself and be generous with yourself. Now, how this applies to the current energy is this, that we are being asked to be generous in how we're showing up for other people. But we are also being asked to be generous in how we show up for ourselves. So let's make sure for anyone who has this in their major or minor arcana, even if it's any little piece of you, that you are being just as generous and honoring of your own needs as you are of others. Okay? You know, I love to hear back from you about the archetypes. I want to know, is this you? Do you have this archetype? How does this show up for you? Oh, the other archetype it often goes along with is caregiver. Very, very common to find the angel archetype and the caregiver archetype in the same arcana. If this is not you, who in your life has this one, and how does that show up in them? And are you someone who likes this archetype? Are you someone who gets along with people who have this archetype? Because remember, we've talked about before, some archetypes play better together than others. So for all you angels out there, thank you for everything that you do. I really appreciate the angels in my own life, and may your coffee be strong and your life be blessed. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please like and subscribe. It really helps out my channel. And if you would be interested in working with me further, you can check out DawniAngel.com. I would love to come speak to your group, come to your business to do a training, be on your podcast, my personal favorite, or even work with you one-on-one.